Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. Today I have a brand new team, and I guess the team itself is new, like the collection of Pokemon put together on a team is pretty new. However, each individual Pokemon here are Pokemon that I've definitely used in the past, but mainly the question that I asked myself was, how does Palafin look in this meta? How can Palafin perform in this meta? Honestly, Palafin is probably one of my favorite new Pokemon in Gen 9, and I just think the design is really cool, and it's a really strong Pokemon, but of course it requires a little bit of setup to get going. And I've used it in the past, in previous seasons, previous formats, and it's been pretty solid, so I just wanted to see how it could perform in this current season. Of course, this current meta is pretty strong, pretty powerful. There's a lot of really strong threats, so I tried to build my team with those in mind to help support Palafin. So this is Choice Banded Palafin, max attack, max speed, adamant nature. The goal is just to really hit as hard as possible. If you don't know about Palafin, it has an ability called Zero to Hero, which means when it switches out of battle, it changes form. And its hero form, I believe it's called, is really strong. It has really massive stats. It has like a 160 base attack stat, which is really strong, and then better defenses and stuff like that. And so we have a bunch of strong moves. Now, it might look weird just to have purely water moves, but we are choice banded, and so the goal is just to kind of use one move and just hit really hard. So that's why I've kind of selected those moves. These are actually the moves I've always used on Palafin. For support, I have Incineroar. This is my favorite Incineroar set that I've been using. I've used it several times in the past, on several previous teams. It's bulky. It's got a little bit of attack EVs to one-hit KO Flutter Mane, one-hit KO non-bulky Flutter Mane with Flare Blitz. And then, the rest of the moves I think are pretty self-explanatory, and it just survives hits from almost everything. And Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp and Parting Shot are great at weakening the enemy, so of course if we have to go back into Palafin, Palafin can take hits a lot better. Then I've got Choice Specs Latios. I've tested this same exact set, but with Life Orb. I just wanted to hit hard, again, from the special side this time. And this set is pretty good. We've got Flip Turn to kind of, if we need to predict a switch and kind of switch out. And then Draco Meteor, Luster Purge, and Terra Blast hit really hard. We got Terra Steel for defensive and even offensive purposes. We can kill Flutter Mane with Terra Blast once we're Terastallized, and of course we can also, very importantly, survive hits from Flutter Mane because they'll probably go for Moonblast, and then we can end up resisting that with a Steel-type Terra. Then we've got Rillaboom. This is a Rillaboom set that I used in one of my recent teams. I think it was my Blastoise team, was it? Or my Sun team, or maybe both. I honestly forgot, but I definitely used it in the Sun team, my most recent video. And this Rillaboom set is just purely offensive. We've got Grassy Seed to boost our defense, which is really helpful against physical attackers. That gives us an edge against things like... physical attackers. It's funny because I was going to say Dragonite, but we actually are not fantastic against Dragonite because we don't do that much damage unless they've Terastallized or we've broken their multi-scale. And then I was going to say Urshifu, but then Urshifu always crits with Surging Strike. But I guess if it uses close combat, we have the edge. But I've been liking this Rillaboom set. Then I've got Bulky Iron Moth just as another way to help me against Flutter Mane, because of course Flutter Mane is everywhere. But this Iron Moth set has been my favorite for a while. It's max HP, just enough speed so that speed is our highest stat, which means we get a speed boost with booster energy, and then the rest of it in defense, honestly to survive hits from Qian Pao. The main reason I went Terra Fairy, Terra Fairy is good, but one of the main reasons I went Terra Fairy is for Qian Pao, so I can survive a Sucker Punch. But Iron Moth is pretty solid. And then finally we have a Porygon 2 set. I got this one from Smogon. It is max HP, or almost max HP, and then we've got pretty much just enough defense and special defense so that our defenses are pretty much the same. They're both over 200, and it's a balanced Porygon 2 basically, with Terra Poison, which is honestly pretty valuable because it resists fighting, it ends up resisting Fairy for what it's worth, and of course it ends up meaning that we cannot be poisoned, our Porygon cannot be poisoned, which can be very valuable. And then we've got Thunder Wave, Tri Attack, and Foul Play. In testing with this set, honestly, sometimes it feels like Tri Attack is not quite enough to do damage to enemies, and sometimes foul play is also not enough. However, I did also have some games where my Porygon was able to take down like a Dragonite by paralyzing it and then using foul play against it after it sets up some Dragon Dances. So it kind of depends, but either way, that is the team. We're going to see how Palafin can fare in this meta, and if you want to try the team out yourself, there's the team code up top. Let's see those games. We have a game 1. My opponent has Toxapex. I loathe Toxapex. If they have Toxapex, I'm probably going to want to bring my Latios because it can hit it pretty hard. Latios also just looks pretty solid overall here. Of course, my opponent does have that Flutter Mane, which I want to be aware of. Aside from that, Palafin looks okay here. I mean, they do have a lot of resists. That's the problem. Like, Palafin is decent against Flutter Mane with Jet Punch. We can just destroy it with Jet Punch. It's not fantastic against Dragonite unless they Terrasilize. It's fine against Ogerpon. But then if that's Water Urshifu, then that also resists. So this actually doesn't look like a great Palafin game in all honesty. Rillaboom looks decent here, although if they bring Ogerpon, we're going to want to Terrasilize Rillaboom, which I'm not certain about. But I think I like these two. And then finally, what are they going to lead with? They could lead Urshi. Their team doesn't have like a true like traditional lead, honestly. I could lead Iron Moth, but if they lead with something that makes me switch, then I'm kind of in trouble there. Let's just bring Incineroar and lead with it. Honestly, the Pokemon I'm most worried about is that Toxapex. But Latios is going to have to be the best bet for that. Rillaboom is also decent against Toxapex. If I can get up like a Swords Dance, then High Horsepower should do a lot of damage, or I could possibly Acrobatics. But I hate Toxapex. It's just so hard to take down. It's very annoying. And my opponent is trying to be Ogerpon. They lead with Toxapex. They lead with that one Pokemon that I was not looking forward to. I wonder what they're going to do right off the bat here. Honestly, they might set up Toxic Spikes, which is really, really annoying for Rillaboom. So, it's so tempting to knock off here. If I Parting Shot into Rillaboom, they still get up the... Fine, let's knock off. Let's just see what happens here. Does okay damage. Yeah, knocks off the Black Sludge. That could help us. They do start setting up Toxic Spikes. Okay. That's not surprising. Now I think I just Parting Shot into Latios. If they recover, it doesn't matter. If they Baneful Bunker, it doesn't matter. The Toxic Spikes are going to be very annoying, though, and we did not bring Iron Moth to absorb them. Although, to be fair, you know, Iron Moth did not look great in this matchup, in this team matchup. So let's go Latios here. We threaten them out. I think we actually are safe to go for Luster Purge, though. Let's just hope they go for Toxic Spikes, or... Yeah, they just go Toxic Spikes, so they're not getting any damage on me. So they have Toxic Spikes. I think they typically have Recover. They could have, like, Chilling Water. They could have Baneful Bunker. They could have Haze. It's possible they have 0 attacking moves. And honestly, Luster Purge looks very good against their team. So even if they switch here, we're going to get some really good damage on something, especially if we get that special defense drop. Luster Purge now has a 50% chance of lowering the enemy's special defense. And if we can get that, that's huge. We might even kill this, honestly. Yeah, look at that damage. And then we're just going to go for it again. Again, we are Choice Spec. So Latios is the secret weapon against this team. It's so good against everything. The best they can do here is just Vacuum Wave, which is not going to do much damage since I resist. Yeah. And they're not going to go back into Toxapex. So whatever they go into here, I might have to switch. Something scary would be if they go into Dragonite. That could be potentially scary because as I've established, I think I need Latios to beat Toxapex. Because I don't think Toxapex can, like, touch my Latios. Although if they go Dragonite, I just go Incineroar. Yeah, actually this is just fine. So I get the Intimidate here, and then I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp. The cool thing is Latios is immune to Toxic Spikes because of Levitate, so I'll never get poisoned with Toxic Spikes. So I like this situation here. I would love to burn their Dragonite. The problem is they could switch here, so I have to kind of start predicting. They do Dragon Dance. They're probably going to switch. I think going for Will-O-Wisp is just fine here, because if I burn Toxapex, that's also okay. Like, it just gets a little bit of extra damage on them. I think we're in a good position here. If they stay in, that's perfect, because they're not going to kill me. Because Incineroar's so tanky. They're at neutral attack. I don't even think an Earthquake kills me. We'll find out. It could. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, Incineroar is so good. And if I get this burn off, I feel like the game is just over, because their Dragonite's pretty much useless at that point. Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so yeah, their Dragonite, I mean, it's at minus, or it's at neutral attack because it went -1 with the Intimidate, but then it went +1 with the Dragon Dance. But now it's burned, so on top of that, it's just, you know, not in a good spot. Plus, we're breaking the multi-scale here. I think I'm just going to Parting Shot now. And then go into Rillaboom and just maybe Acrobatics, maybe set up a Swords Dance, whatever. Kind of doesn't matter. Like, again, given that their Dragonite is, like, pretty much, like, not useful anymore, my goal now is just to get to a point... Oh, they're actually Dragon Dancing. Wow, I'm a little surprised. Okay, in that case... I mean, they could have Roost. Maybe I should have gone Knockoff to get rid of their item. I mean, this is fine. Like, Parting Shot is still good here because it lowers their attack again. So they're basically at... Once again, they're at neutral attack and they're burned. I could go Rillaboom and just spam Acrobatics. I think that's what I'll do. Because Rillaboom is also getting a defense boost here. So even if they keep setting up Dragon Dance, I'm just going to keep hitting them with Acrobatics, keep getting damage on them. And then eventually, if they ever do attack me, like, I should be able to survive. Plus, the grassy terrain is going to kind of nullify the poison damage. At least for the first couple turns. But we'll see. And if they switch into Toxapex here, getting an Acrobatics on that is great. Also, if they switch out at any point, like their Dragonite, you know, it's burned and they have to start from scratch with the Dragon Dances. So I think this is just fine. Yeah, they do have Scale Shot. I should take this extremely... Yeah, as you can see, I take that extremely well. However, very importantly here, they are lowering their defense with this move. So, yeah, so they have loaded dice. I guess I could have knocked that off, but... Or I'm pretty sure they have loaded dice. But again, they're lowering their defense, so this Acrobatics is going to do even more damage. Yeah. Now, they could have Roost. That would be the worst case scenario, just because that would be annoying. That would just add some extra turns to the battle, but... Let's just spam Acrobatics. If they don't have Roost, they're dead here. And then if they go into... Okay, Iron Head. This could be annoying, but I think this shows that they don't have Roost. Yeah, they have Dragon Dance, Iron Head, Earthquake, and Scale Shot. So that means we're good at that point. Because even if they kill me, we could just go into Incineroar, go for Knockoff. Probably kill them with the Knockoff. And then at that point, you know... Basically, my whole point with all of this is if we can get to a point in the battle where... They only have Toxapex left, we win because they have, or because we have Latios in the back. So let's go Horsepower. They could Terrastalize here. They still have not Terrastalized. They do Terrastalize, so this could be Water. I think what I've seen from Toxapex is Poison. It could be Fairy. I mean, there's a lot of options here. It is Fairy. Okay. Well, I also still have not Terrastalized, and my Latios is Terra Steel, so I think we're good. If Grassy Terrain is still up... Oh, yeah, they just recover. That's annoying, but... I think I'm okay with... I mean, I'm pretty sure I win at this point. So they recover here. I'm taking a lot of damage. I think what I'm just going to do is... I think this does more damage than Acrobatics, right? No, it actually doesn't. I mean, they're just going to keep recovering it off, but once I die, I think what I'll do is go into Incineroar, burn them, just so we start getting a little bit of extra damage. Well, I don't think that matters. I think, fine, I'll just speed up the battle. Once Rillaboom goes down, I will go into Latios, and Terrasilize and go for Terra Blast, and that's probably game. We know they have Recover, we know they have Toxic Spikes, they probably have Toxic? Like, they could have Toxic, they could have Baneful Bunker again, they could have Chilling Water, they could have Haze. None of those moves are threatening to me. None of those moves are scary. If they go Chilling Water, they get off a little bit of damage, but I think I just 2-hit KO them at this point. And if they just spam Recover, we have more PP with Terra Blast than they have for Recover. So if they just want to spam Recover like the whole time, eventually we're just going to kill them. So GG. Well played here. Latios was clutch. Latios was the most important member of the team in this battle, and I'm really happy about that because I love Latios. Alright, or we just cleanly one-hit KO them. That's fine as well. Yeah, perfect. So I love seeing a Toxapex die. So that's game 1. That worked out pretty well. Incineroar, once again, awesome Pokemon. Rillaboom looked solid there, and then Latios was great. So really balanced stuff. That's a really good core as well. I mean, you know, Incineroar, I mean, these are just 3 good Pokemon, so if you just throw them on any team, they're gonna look good. But game 1, get the W. Let's go to game 2. Here we go again, another game. Palafin looks solid here, honestly. Yeah, I like Palafin here a lot. It looks like it could clean up late game potentially. And then the threats for Palafin, I think Incineroar looks nice here as well. It's a good switch into Chien-Pao. Definitely good switch into Dragonite. Good switch into Ogerpon. It's okay against Goldango. Yeah, I think Incineroar looks solid here. And then finally, Pokemon that give both of these 2 trouble. Urshifu could be a problem. Fluttermane, definitely. So I actually think I like Rillaboom in the back. Alright, we'll see how this goes. The reason I chose Rillaboom is because Rillaboom can, you know, resist the water moves from Urshifu, assuming it's the water Urshifu. And then with the Grassy Seed, we boost our defense, so we take close combats better. And then we also have priority in the form of Grassy Glide against Fluttermane. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty decently covered here. For once, I feel pretty comfortable with the Pokemon I'm bringing against theirs, and this is Water Urshifu. I don't mind this as a lead here, because we are just going to get the switch here. Just going to probably go right into Rillaboom. I don't think there's any shot they go for an Ice-type move. So if they go close combat or Surging Strikes, kind of like I said, we're in a good spot. I guess they could follow it up with an Ice-type move, but since we're going to resist those moves, we should possibly survive an Ice move, depending on what their set is. They just U-turn. Oh, okay. I guess that's smart. I didn't really think about that. That's something I need to keep in mind more with a Pokemon like Urshifu, but let's see how this goes. Let's see what they go into. Don't think they're going to go Fluttermane or Chien-Pao, because I can just outspeed with the Grassy Glide, so... I mean, it's possible... I was going to say, like, it's possible I could Terra... okay. Huh. I think I just go Incineroar now. Right? Yeah, I'm going to go Incineroar. We do lose the Grassy Seed, but at least we have Grassy Glide for, you know, priority in the future. Looks like they might be Choice Scarfed on their Urshi, or even Choice Banded, so probably Choice Scarf. They go Cudgel. We do resist that. They are at -1 attack now. Perfect. And we get some recovery, which is really nice. I don't think Knockoff works on Ogerpon. I'm tempted to knock off, though, just in case they switch. I feel like it's actually a little likely that they switch here, so I'm going to knock off. They Rock Tomb. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. We get off a little bit of damage on them, though, and then I'm just going to probably Parting Shot this next turn. They get recovery now, which is a little awkward. Do I Parting Shot? I can't burn them, of course. I could Blitz, and that should do decent damage, honestly. Blitz would do a lot of damage against them. I'm just going to go for it, whatever. I mean, I guess they could switch in Urshi, but maybe they're worried I'm going to go for knockoff. They do switch. I feel like even Urshi takes decent damage here, but this could be a mistake on my part. Oh, they go Flutter Mane. If I kill this, this is going to be absolutely perfect. Blitz. I mean, we're EV to take down Flutter Mane. Looks like they have a little bit of defense EVs. Or HP EVs. Because I did EV my Incineroar with the goal of one-hit KOing Flutter Mane with Flare Blitz. I'm just going to Blitz again. I think I should survive any hit from them. That's why Incineroar is amazing. Yeah, look at that. We just tank everything. That's perfect. I just think Flare Blitz is the safest play. Since they survived that first Flare Blitz, I'm afraid to go knockoff because... I mean, in all honesty, knockoff would probably kill. I guess I'd have to calc it, but I'm just worried because they actually don't have an item anymore, so knockoff would not do its boosted damage. So that's, you know, something to keep in mind, but I like my position here. The grassy terrain is gone. They're probably going to go back into Ogerpon. Oh no, they don't. Okay. Well then in that case, I'm just going to stay in Will-O-Wisp, just see what happens. They're probably going to kill me. I don't think it's worth it to, what am I trying to say? To switch there, I guess is what I'm saying. Now we have a choice to make, though. If we go into Rillaboom, we could Grassy Glide, which would probably kill them, but obviously at that point they could just go into... Okay, let's try this. I'm tempted to just Acrobatics here. I think I survive. I don't have the Grassy Seed anymore. If I had Grassy Seed, I would guaranteed survive a close combat, but I'm just going to Acrobatics, see what happens. If they kill me, they're at -2, so Palafin can... Okay, that's awesome. I love Rillaboom. Look at that. So we should kill here unless they happen to be, like, miraculously Focus Sash. But again, I was pretty confident they were choiced because they U-turned. They U-turned the first turn. I guess you could still be Focus Sash and have U-turn. But either way, they're going to go into Ogerpon. I think I just Acrobatics, just in case by some miracle we're faster. They could be like bulky. They quick attack. Okay, smart. That's smart. So now we go into Palafin. This is a tough one. Oh man. Here's the funny thing. We are in grassy terrain, which I set up. So their grass type moves are going to do more damage. So I pretty much feel like whatever grass move they go for is going to kill me. So I think I just Terra and go Jet Punch and hope it's enough. They might be bulky. If they're bulky, they might survive this. But we're Choice Banded, we're Adamant, we've got like 160 base attack, we're Terra Water boosted. Like, my point is, if I go for Wave Crash... I mean, there's a chance I go for Wave Crash and I'm faster, but obviously I don't think I want to take that chance. So this is the decision I'm making, and let's see if it pays off. No, it doesn't! Oh, God. Oh, we're dead. Oh, God, that's painful. That's painful. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so that's another one of those games where I'd like you to let me know in the comments what you would have done in this situation. So the options were I go Terra. I mean, obviously I was going to Terra there. I Terra and Jet Punch, or I Terra and I Wave Crash. The option for Wave Crash, I didn't know what speed stat they had. I didn't know. It looked like they were bulky. I mean, given that they survived that, I'm going to calc that, and maybe I'll put it up on screen here, whether that mattered, the fact that they survived the Jet Punch. I think there was a chance I one-hit KO them with the Jet Punch, so they must have HP EVs or defense or something, in which case it is possible that I would have outsped them. It's also possible I didn't. So either way, we don't know their exact EV spread, but I mean, I feel like if they didn't have HP EVs or defense EVs, Jet Punch probably would have killed. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you would have done in that situation. Would you Terra Jet Punch or Terra Wave Crash? Wave Crash, of course, is a huge risk because, of course, if they are faster than you, then you know you look stupid for going for wave crash. So of course I've made plays like that in the past where I do what looks like the stupid play, but I have I think a good reason to do it, and then I end up losing. But anyways, that was a fun one. I think that was still a really good one. It still was almost our game, but you know, obviously it just didn't go our way in the end. Let's go to game 2. I'm sorry, game 3. Wow, my opponent's team is really unique. They have Dragonite. I think that second Pokemon's called Fluttermane. And then they have that third one. I don't know what that one's called. I don't think I've ever really seen it before. No one ever uses that on Battle Stadium singles. And then the other two Pokemon, those are like bears. And, I don't think I've seen those either. Wow, really cool team. And then they have Archaludon, which is, I think, in the top 10 of the most used Pokemon in the meta. Anyways, honestly, I'm not certain about Palafin here. It's great against Fluttermane. It's I was going to say it's fine against Ogerpon, but if you watch the previous game, I don't know if that's true anymore. It has potential against Ogerpon. It's potentially decent against Urshi. I do think I want to bring it, honestly. The problem is they have 2 dragon types, which obviously resist water, and the worst thing is Archaludon. Not only does it resist water, but it gets a defense boost when it gets hit by a move. So I think I'm going to bring Moth here. And then I'm running out of time here. Incineroar does look good. Oh man, honestly, I kind of think, well, what do I do? Okay, it's Incineroar. Okay. Yeah, I was like, Incineroar, I kind of need Incineroar to handle Dragonite. Otherwise, if I don't bring Incineroar, I could just straight up lose to Dragonite. The problem is Archaludon is a real problem. I don't like that thing. And something that I recognized when I was playing with this team, when I was kind of testing with it, was that I don't think my matchup against Arch is very good. So that's something I need to work on. We have a similar lead matchup to last game, except the difference here is I don't have a switch into this. So I'm honestly just going to flip turn here, see what happens. They could kill me. They do U-turn once again, and that does not look like choice banded damage. Good to know. But we did take some extra damage with our Palafin. I mean, Palafin's not super fast. It's faster than Ursaluna anyway, so like... Oh wow, they're switching into this? This is going to take a lot of damage from flip turn. Wow, I'm surprised. Do they have booster energy? Do they not have booster? Okay. The problem is I don't think Fiery Dance kills them here. It might. Oh, this is tough. Fiery Dance might not kill. Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave is honestly a lot more damage. I'm gonna Sludge Wave. We are faster, that's great. Nice, okay. Obviously, if Fiery Dance could have killed there, it was the better play because we have the chance of boosting our special attack. But we basically rendered their Fluttermane useless, which is great. Now they go back into this. They're going to go Surging Strike. I still don't think we Terrastalize, honestly. They're probably faster, but we also kind of have a Choice Scarf. So it's possible we are faster. And perfect. That's great. That's amazing. Get off a lot of damage. No Para, which is unfortunate. But now we have... Huh. I kind of think I'm just going to... I think I'm going to Terra here with Palafin to knock them out. The worst case scenario and probably game losing situation is if I Terra and Jet Punch and they switch into Archaludon. That's very possible. Okay, they didn't switch. So they might die here because... Again, even though it's resisted, they've taken a lot of damage, and I'm going to get priority here. Their only priority move is Aqua Jet, which if they go for that, then that's perfectly fine. So I think I kill them here. And as long as their last Pokemon's not Archaludon, I'm really happy with my position here. Perfect. I was like holding my breath like, wait, am I actually going to kill them? It was a critical hit. We'll say that critical hit makes up for all the other hacks that we've seen this game or this video, which hasn't been all that many, I guess. Let's see who their last is. If it's Arch, I'm going to cry. If it's anything else, I think I'm in a good spot. Nice. Okay. I like that a lot. I think we just Jet Punch. Like, yeah, I think we just Jet Punch, because then we have Incineroar in the back. Sorry about the Squawkabillies. I always call them that. Nice. Hornleech. Oh, I forgot. I'm so dumb. I forgot about Hornleech. So they get some recovery here. But what? Oh god. Okay. I think it depends on what their other moves are. If they have Rock Tomb, we could be in some trouble here because that's going to be super effective. If they have Play Rough, I think we're kind of okay. The problem is once they Terra, wait, so this does 180 and then half of that is 90. This does, I think this is slightly more than 90, so this is going to do more damage. They're gonna Terrasilize. There's no reason for them to not Terrasilize. Yeah, they have to. Terrasilizing cancels out the Intimidate because they get an attack boost, and it also makes it so that Flare Blitz is not super effective, or not neutral anymore. It's going to be resisted, so they, yeah, of course they're going to Terrasilize. But I think two knockoffs might do it. It depends on what moves they have. If they don't have anything to hit me though, oh, they do have Rock Tomb. Well, we have Citrus Berry, so we might survive 3. As long as this is a 2-hit KO, it is perfect. Okay, I think we win. Because obviously Cudgel is resisted, Hornleech is resisted, Play Rough is neutral if they have it. If they have Quick Attack, it's not going to do much damage. We get some recovery here, so I think we should survive another Rock Tomb if everything goes wrong. And that's game. Incineroar is amazing. I know I said this in a previous video, but Incineroar, like, it's so good. Every time I put it on a team, it's so clutch. And so I try not to put it on all my teams, because otherwise I would just put it on literally every single team that I ever build, because it's so good. And alright, so a nice little 2-1 finish. Great games. Even that one that we lost was super, super close. But the team looked great, and honestly, Palafin felt pretty solid now. The meta, not only has the meta increased in power, but also in Pokemon that are capable of handling Palafin, there's a lot more as well. There's a lot of things that resist it. I feel like Archaludon's a nightmare for it. Dragonite can be a nightmare for it. Urshifu, honestly, I'm not that afraid of Urshifu, obviously, because we resist their moves back. And it's possible we can still do a lot of damage even though they resist the moves. But still, like, those 2 Pokemon that I named are really scary. So if you're going to play with Palafin, definitely make sure that you have Pokemon that can handle, especially Archaludon, because that's a Pokemon in general that I think you should be prepared for, because if you don't have a Pokemon, if you're not prepared for Arch, it is a nightmare sometimes. So be aware of that Pokemon. It's very good. But I really like this team. And once again, I mean, you know, Incineroar kind of carried, but we really got to try out everything. Like, we got to bring everything pretty evenly for the most part, so I'm really happy about that. And this team was great. I would definitely play it again. It was a lot of fun. I love Palafin as well, so getting to showcase that is great. Let me know if you have any suggestions for other Pokemon that could support Palafin really well. If there's any Pokemon on the team that you felt wasn't really that great or could have been improved, also let me know as well. I definitely am open to some criticism and improving this team, but also my gameplay and stuff like that. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos like this one. I really hope you have a great day, and I do, as always, want to say thank you so much for all of you who watch my videos and leave comments and interact with the videos in any way. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. Like, just seeing the comments that you post, it makes me really happy. Again, I'm not the best at replying to them in a timely manner, but I do read them all right away, and I do try to get back to them when I can. So thank you so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, please subscribe. Go ahead and try out the team for yourself and let me know how it does for you, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.